this Thanksgiving, there will be no leftovers. The newest horror movie from Eli Roth. This is based on a fake trailer that came out in 2007 when that Grindhouse movie, the double feature that Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino directed, Planet Terror and Death Proof. So it was like a back-to-back thing when it came out, and in between the two movies, they would play these like little fake trailers of fake movies. Like 3 of them got turned into movies. There was Machete, Hobo with a Shotgun, and now Thanksgiving. So this movie was 16 years. Took them 16 years to make this movie, to finally get it made. Was it worth the wait? That's the question I always like to answer at the beginning of all my reviews is, was it good? Yes, it was good. So I'm not, this big, huge Eli Roth fanatic. I think he's a good director. I've only seen, including Thanksgiving, I've only seen 5 of his movies. 4 of them I have on DVD. My favorite Eli Roth movie is Cabin Fever.
Is everything okay?
Howdy, ma'am. Everything's fine. Just go back inside, have yourself a big 40, just party.
Oh, this is a great movie. Don't watch the fucking terrible remake. It's probably one of the worst. Next to Psycho, it's like one of the worst remakes I've ever seen. It's just like Psycho. It's shot for shot, and it's literally the exact same script. Just shitty. Like Psycho. Like how Psycho is shot for shot. Same fucking script. Same camera angles. Everything. Like Cabin Fever does the same. I mean, they change a couple things, but it's literally the same fucking movie, and it sucks. But this is my favorite Eli Roth movie. I also have Hostel, which is good. Hostel Part 2. I actually prefer Part 2 over Part 1. And the 4th movie I have is actually not even a horror movie. I don't know if you realize this, but Eli Roth directed a family movie called House with a Clock in the Walls with Jack Black. It's not really a horror. I guess you could say it's a family-friendly horror. It's not a horror. It's fucking rated like PG. It's rated PG. I mean, it's not a horror movie. It's, I guess you could, but like I said, I guess you could say it's like a good introduction to horror for kids, like a first horror movie, if for a kid getting into horror, because it's not like a Disney movie. It's got like dark elements to it, but it's not scary or anything like that. So those are the four movies that I own from Eli Roth, and I've never seen his other movies like Knock Knock or The Green Inferno or what's the other, like Death Wish, I think it's called, with Bruce Willis. I've never seen any of those. So like I said, I'm not like this big huge Eli Roth fanatic, but from what I've seen, I like his movies, and I fucking love Cabin Fever. So Thanksgiving, this newest movie, like I said, is based on this short trailer. It's like 2-minute long fake movie trailer that was played in between Planet Terror and Death Proof back in 2007. So it took them 16 years to make this fucking movie. And I would say it was worth the wait. It's a good movie. I give it like an 8 out of 10. It's a slasher. It's a whodunit. Very much in the vein of Scream, and also feels very similar to I Know What You Did Last Summer. This is gonna be spoiler free, like I put in the title, so you don't have to worry about anything. I'm not gonna tell you I'm not gonna give anything away. So yeah. So it's the basic story is In the beginning, the opening, there's this Black Friday sale where the store opens up at midnight, and like all these people are getting trampled, and like it's crazy. It's basically like what Black Friday is in real life. People fucking trampling each other to get a fucking waffle iron or like a TV or something, you know, like I get a TV fucking 10% off or something. So I gotta, you know, people go crazy over that Black Friday shit. But this is like over the top. I mean, to be honest, it doesn't really exaggerate. It's pretty close to how Black Friday is. You've seen like the videos of people rushing into Target and Walmart and trampling each other to get like a Tickle Me Elmo on Black Friday. Like, this movie isn't too far off from reality when you think about it. People go fucking batshit crazy over Black Friday stuff. So that's the opening to the movie. It's about 10, like the opening's maybe 10 to 15 minutes long. And then it cuts to 1 year later. And so it's 1 year later, and this guy is going around. I mean, this is all in the trailer. This guy is going around killing people that were related to the Black Friday thing from the year before. So it's kind of like I Know What You Did Last Summer in a sense. I mean, there's a scene in this movie that is like taken right out of I Know What You Did Last Summer. Like, it's like the same exact scene. Remember the scene in I Know What You Did Last Summer where Sarah Michelle Gellar is in the 4th of July parade and she's on the float and she's, you know, waving to everybody in the crowd, and she sees like the fishermen, like a few people dressed up as the fishermen. The same exact scene happens in this, where the girl is in the float. I don't think she's on a float, but she's like in some kind of like parade thing, basically a float. And she, you know, she's waving to everybody. She sees like the killer in the crowd, like over there and over there, and it's literally like the same exact scene from I Know You Did Last Summer. And this movie definitely feels like I Know You Did Last Summer, and it also feels like Scream. Which is not a bad thing, because Scream is amazing.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
No, Billy!
But this is no Scream. Scream is like up here. This is, you know, it's not as good as Scream.
See, we ask you a question, and if you get it wrong, booga, you die.
So it takes place in Plymouth, Massachusetts, my home state. The thing that annoys me about this movie is the New England accent, the Massachusetts accent is so exaggerated in this movie. People from Massachusetts don't talk that ridiculous.
Oh yeah, harder.
I'm from Massachusetts. I don't sound like that. Like, it's the accent, Massachusetts accent in this movie is so exaggerated. It's so funny. But it's also embarrassing how exaggerated it is, especially for someone like me that's from Massachusetts. When I'm watching this, I'm just like, dude, we don't talk like that. Whatever. But man, the gore, the violence in this movie, this is a slasher. This is the first slasher that Eli Roth has ever made. Like, this is a slasher movie. Like, the kills in this are great. Oh man, all 100% practical effects. There's no stupid CGI. You know how some horror movies will put like a CGI kill in there, or like CGI blood, and it's just so bad. None of that in this. All practical. All the gore looks great. There was one, it wasn't a kill, but it was like a, it's not really a spoiler. This guy gets like his arm, when he's in the Black Friday thing, the beginning, he gets his arm stepped on and it like breaks like that, but it's so obviously fake, like so obvious. Like, I rolled my eyes when I saw that part. I was like, dude, how did that make it past the editing? How did that make it past them filming that? Like, when they filmed it, they didn't realize how pathetic that it looks. It's so obviously a fake arm. Like, it just, the second I saw that, and it's only there for a second, but when you see it, it's like, dude, really? Other than that arm breaking thing, all the gore looks great. Plenty of kills in this movie, plenty of blood, plenty of guts, everything you want in a slasher. The killer is I'm not going to tell you who the killer is, but the killer is it's kind of like Scream, where you have to figure out who the killer is, because it's a guy in a mask, you know, and then there's the reveal at the end. Which, by the way, great reveal. Did not see that coming at all. Like sometimes it's obvious in a whodunit movie, like who the killer is. Like Scream 6, I figured out the killer like the second he came on screen. But in this movie, I had no idea throughout the whole movie. I'm like, is it that guy? No, it's not him. No, it's not him. No, it's not. Like, I had no idea who the killer was. And the reveal was awesome. Like, it caught me so off guard. I was like, oh shit, really? That's the killer? So, good job, Eli Roth. Well, he didn't write the movie, but his friend wrote it, but he directed it. So, actually, I think he helped write. He co-wrote it. But he wasn't the main writer, so I don't know if he came up with the twist. I really don't know. But good job with the killer. And the killer reveal was great. Yeah, not really much negative to say about this movie. I mean, I can't really I just watched it, and so it's still fresh in my mind, and I can't really think of anything that I didn't like. I mean, the main characters are kind of just all throwaway characters, like you'd expect in a slasher movie. You know, any Friday the 13th movie. They're just throwaway characters. They're just there to die, pretty much. And yeah, so I mean, none of the characters are memorable, or I can't even remember like anybody's name. Like that's how much you just really don't care about these characters, and that's fine. In a slasher movie, who gives a shit? You're just there, to see kills. Let's face it.
That is correct.
You don't go to a Friday the 13th movie for Oscar-winning acting performances. You go there to see Jason fuck people up. And that's what you get here with the killer. So the killer is dressed as a pilgrim. John Carver is his name. Well, he's wearing a mask that's based off of John Carver, who was a real guy, like back in like the 1600s or whatever. He was like the first governor of Plymouth or some shit. I don't know. But he's based off a real person. So, yeah, so the whole movie is just great fun. I highly recommend checking this out. I think this will be a new, like a cult classic that everybody watches around November. I'll definitely, I can't even talk. I'll definitely be picking this up on DVD, and I'll be watching this every November. It's a lot of fun. I wish I could get more into it, but I don't want to spoil anything. Yeah. The kills are the highlight of the movie. There is one kill in here that makes no sense at all, involving a dumpster. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. It just makes how did that person die? But whatever. It looks cool. Yeah. This is a spoiler free, so I wish I could get more in detail, but I really can't. I recommend this movie. I don't really know what else to say. Like I said, without getting into spoilers, I enjoyed it. Yeah, like I said, the best thing about this is the kills, and that's why we go to slasher movies, to see these awesome kills. And Eli Roth always delivers on his kills. So go check this movie out. Highly suggested.